You ever have those days where, regardless of what you do, things just fight you? I've got the issues worked out with the truck, other than heating, but I'm not going to worry too much about that, so I need to take it for another spin around the block. I'll take you with me, and I'll kind of explain what I didn't explain in the last video, the clutch issue and downshifting issue. So anyway, let's go for a ride. So in the last video, I mentioned I was taking it out for a test drive to see if the transmission and clutch was going to work, and it turned into being overheating issue, or what I thought was overheating issue. But what I didn't mention, because my attention was focused elsewhere, was that the clutch was not acting right and the transmission was not downshifting. So that became an issue. After further investigation, I was able to figure out why the clutch pedal was not working. I didn't have the adjustment set correct on the clutch, and then I used the wrong gear oil in the transmission, so that prevented it from not downshifting. So I have that corrected now. I'm going to do a separate video on adjusting the clutch, only because there was nothing out there for accurate information. I had to get a hold of Eaton Fuller to get the information. Oh, I've got a pedestrian coming by. Oh, in a car. So let's see how it works now. I called Eaton Fuller. I got the information from them. I have the exact specs now. I'm doing up a separate video on that, because there's not a whole lot of information out there on the internet for setting up a medium duty clutch without a clutch brake. And this one does not have a clutch brake, so it's totally different. So, and then the gear oil issue, it wouldn't downshift. The transmission would physically not downshift. It does now. I called when I had to put oil back into it, I called my friend at the what would you call it? He takes care of fleets, and I asked him what they use for gear oil. He said just throw some 50 weight in it. That's what they normally do. So that's what I did, and well, that turned out to be the problem. So after further investigation, they use a synthetic gear oil. It's what they call PS386. And come to find out, it's actually a 40 weight gear oil, not a 50 weight. So I got that swapped out. We'll see. I'm sure I'm going to have to flush it at least one time, just to make sure the old stuff is out, which is fine. I mean, it happens. So let's see. I'm just going to do a quick trip. It goes up, no problem. Oh, and the radiator was, overall, it was a gallon low on antifreeze. I don't know if that was the issue or not. I think it had to burp, because I had checked it prior, and it was full, and then when I come back, it was empty, or it was down. So that the burp may have taken care of it, but let's find out. I'm going to watch the temperature and see what it does. So I'm in 6 now. But let's get this car car go by. Into fifth. Oops, I missed it. Into fifth. Into fourth. God, still not. Into fourth. Here's second. Here's third. Get off the bumpy road. Third into second. Let's go into second. Goes into second. Here's first. Here's second. Here's third. Here's fourth. Here's fifth. And sixth. But upshift's no problem. Then I'll go back to fifth. There's fifth. Let's try fourth. There's fourth. It doesn't shift like a car, I understand that, or a pickup truck. Here's third. There's third. Prior, it would not go into the lower gears whatsoever. So like I said, I think they still need to be flushed a little bit. Second, there's first. Second. Third. Purple hair. Here's second. Here's third. Fourth. It's supposed to be a short video, but I'm going to take you for a ride. Fifth. And sixth. Here's sixth. Lugs a little bit in sixth. Back to fifth. Back to fourth. Into third. And first. Second, third, fourth, here's fifth, let's try sixth, see what it does. There's sixth. Fifth. So that little bit of gear oil, or that different grade of gear oil, made all the difference. So for future information, if you guys are changing gear oil, make sure you go by what they're recommending for it. Okay, into third. Into third. Into fourth. Now I'm watching the temperature. It's riding, it's probably about 190. Let's see if it comes up anymore. So far, so good. Take it back home. I'm not too worried about the cooling system. I have to pull the radiator out to install the camshaft, and I'm doing the dowel pin at the same time. So I'll take the radiator up to the mom and pop radiator shop we have in town and have them test it, make sure that it's good. It just came up to 200 and now it's dropping back down, so I think the thermostat has opened. Like I said, I don't know if the low coolant, the gallon that it was low, had anything to do with it, but it seems to be fine now. So it's definitely in third. It's definitely different getting used to air brakes than it is hydraulic brakes. Gear oil makes all the difference in the world, apparently. I noticed in the last video that I was editing, it looks like the bed's bouncing around behind me. The bed is actually mounted firm, and it's the cab. The cab is on air ride, so the cab is what you're seeing moving around. So that concludes the test drive. Well, that's going to wrap this video up. I'm going to put some more mileage on the truck before I change the gear oil out. It was still a little bit sticky compared to what I remember when I first driving it. So I'll put some miles on it, change the gear oil out again, and I guess lesson learned on that. But so that's going to wrap this one up. Appreciate you guys watching it, and you have to watch for the next video. Got some big stuff coming. The new parts going on to it. I've got work lights under the carport so I can work under out of the weather, and I've got well, let's just say I've got cover for it now, so I can get some work done. And so the next big step is pulling the engine cover off, the bumper end caps off, so I've got total access to it, and then I'll show you how much easier it is to work on these under the hood than it is the Dodge truck. So guess until next time, appreciate you guys watching, and I'll get the next video up as soon as I can.